for 10 years, then God dies them off. So now you have a household of 3 women, no man, no one to provide, because at this time men were the providers for the women. So the women had to provide for themselves. They've got to find something. They haven't had any kids. Nobody can pass down the generation that's going from Elimelech to his sons. No one can pass this down. So now you've got 3 sorrowful women. And then Naomi gets word that God is blessing her people in Bethlehem, Judah.
Yeah.
She decides, I'm going back home. I'm going back home. There's nothing for me here. I've lost everything.
Wow.
So they pack up, her and her daughter-in-laws, Orpah and Ruth. They go on this journey. As they're going down this road, Naomi says, you guys return back to your mothers. Go back to where you come from. Go back to Moab. And of course, Orpah, which means turn back, her name means turn back, she decided to turn back.
Come on.
She decided to go back to the sin, the sinful nation. But Ruth, being the faithful servant that she was, she didn't know what she was getting herself into. But she decided, she had heard about a man named God.
Yeah.
Her husband had talked to her about how God blesses his people, what he has done for his people.
Yeah.
And she said, you know what, I'm going with you.
Yeah.
I'm not turning back to the sin. I mean, I can't help but I won't fail. I know something's good in store.
Come on, that's good. That's good.
So she's faithful. She walks with her mother-in-law. Of course, when we go back to the verse there, she said, entreat me not, I'll eat where you eat, lodge where you lodge, I'll die with thee.
Yeah.
How many people know that we really don't have people like that no more?
Come on. Come on.
We don't have people no more that does that. People nowadays, you can't even get them to give you 1 cent. They look at you like, no. But that was a blessing. But Naomi is so bitter. Ruth is dealing with a bitter mother-in-law because all she can think about is the setbacks. Turn to your neighbor and tell them, my setbacks.
My setbacks.
Prepare me for my comeback.
Prepare me for my comeback.
All right now. So Ruth is walking with her mother-in-law. They're going to a foreign land. This is a foreign land for her. She's never been into the land of God's chosen people. God is blessing his people at this time. There's the barley harvest. And of course, like Apostle has taught and all of us have studied, there's the first fruits. We're walking into that now. So Ruth, being who she is, she says, I know, Naomi, you can't go out and you can't glean the fields. You're too old. You're too old to glean the fields. So I'll be faithful and go out, I'll work, I'll get food, I'll provide for the household. She was just stepping out on faith. Stepping out on faith. You are a foreigner in a foreign country going out to the land now.
Come on. Wow.
We don't know nothing about these people.
Yeah.
We all know we don't want to do that. We don't like to step on somebody else's territory. But she's being faithful. She's like, I know that God is going to provide a way. She goes out into the fields. Let me tell you how God can foreordain things. Out of all the fields in Bethlehem, Judah, she lands into Boaz's field. Now,
wow.
You got to understand something.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure at this time, it is millions of land. I mean, there's probably all kind of land with all kind of the barley harvest going on. And she lands in Boaz's field. Now, you got to remember at this time, she is a foreigner. She's a widow.